Flavor on America.
The latest terrorist event, a Nigerian tries to blow up a plane. I knew when they released the guy's name it was going to be a Muslim name. The same way when the Fort Hood shooting happened, I knew it was going to be someone who claimed to be a Muslim. If you're a Muslim who'd like to claim to the world, to the non-Muslim world, that 9/11 was an inside job, these events make it a lot more difficult to prove, because since 9/11, the only people who've tried to blow up airplanes have been people who claim to be Muslims. So it doesn't look good for the case in the eyes of the West. I knew when these events happened, I knew we were going to hear it was a Muslim named person. The same way I knew in Gaza a few months ago when they were shooting those white phosphorus missiles were traveling into that schoolyard, killing innocent women and children. I knew that the pilots of those helicopters were Israeli soldiers. I just knew it. The same way I knew that these guys were going to be Muslims. A lot of Muslims care about other Muslims, and even crazy and upset and violent Muslims care about underprivileged Muslims. That's why it's interesting to see a young man who's actually from a wealthy family being involved in terrorism when there really was no money in it for it. It's more or less something like out of his version of pride or protecting or defending his people. But it's more about brotherhood and sisterhood, and Islam seems to be the conduit. But I don't believe Islam is the reason for these events. Tell me if you're a Muslim what you think about this. I think that this fellow is a Muslim who did what he did. I'm not going to try to read the guy's mind, but I would bet that it has a lot more to do with this Nigerian and his friends' perception of American policy in the Middle East and Israel.
Flavor on America.